Hi, my name is Mitchell Wekwert. I have cystic fibrosis. What it's like is it's just kind of a lot. Let's just put it that way. You are kind of born with a genetic mutation or a disease in which your lungs can't really function the way that they're supposed to properly, and the way that most people's lungs are is that they're completely empty or not full of gunk and bad stuff, right? So mine are actually kind of full of mucus or phlegm or anything like that, because my genetic mutation doesn't allow me to really separate that within my lungs. Kind of the experience it's been is it's a lot going on at once. A lot of times it could be waking up in the middle of the night and having coughing attacks, or it's walking outside for 5 minutes and then having not being able to breathe or anything like that as well. So there's kind of a lot to it, although there are a lot of therapies and there's a lot of things that go into cystic fibrosis. So in order to stay healthy, I have to do therapies, I have to do breathing treatments, I have to do anything like that in order to kind of keep all that bad, yucky gunk stuff outside of my lungs, right? To kind of stay like a normal person's lungs. So it can be tough at times because those therapies can take 20 minutes to 30 minutes and you're supposed to do them twice a day. But usually it works pretty well if I'm doing homework or anything like that. So there's that, and then every quarter or so, every 3 months, I have to go to the hospital. I've got to go get a checkup. They check all my levels, all my blood, everything. So lots of needles and whatnot to kind of test everything. And then on top of that, there's just a lot of breathing. I have medicine for pretty much everything. I can't digest stuff all the time, so I have to take pills with it, 4 at a time. It just kind of put it down there, and then you take those and you can finally eat. But other than that, it's definitely doable. It's not something that's the worst thing ever in the world. It's something that is able to be maintained, and over time it gets better, but can get worse. It really depends on being healthy and doing your therapies and doing everything that is involved with that. And I think that those kinds of things, in order to be healthy, kind of come from places that are doing research, or people that are donating, or philanthropic efforts. Sorry. It comes from philanthropic efforts to kind of go into research for that. So recently they discovered somewhat of a cure. I haven't really been able to look much up about it, but they only were able to do that because of the funding and the donations and all that other stuff, because they have to test every certain kind of products, and these products are super expensive. And most of the time it's hard to have a cure for cystic fibrosis because it's a genetic mutation. So everybody's genetics and biology is completely different. That way, you won't find a cure for everyone, you'll find a cure for some specific cases of it. But what I really like is that just being at CMU and being on campus and being in a fraternity and being DPhiE Sweetheart really means a lot, because they are supporters of CF Foundation, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And I think that really means a lot to know that people do care, and they know that this is an issue. This is a disease that really does affect lives. Originally, people would only live to about 42 years old with this disease, and now that age range is going up slowly because more research is being done, more philanthropic efforts are being pushed onto that. So that's something that I'm super appreciative of, and just being able to bring people together to raise awareness for something like that, and all the other philanthropies that are on campus as well, really push towards that, and it really helps to know that people do care.